So this is the short story of how the GoPro Hero 5 made it to catch up with the carry-on travellers. So I'm flying Emirates to Dubai and onwards to Singapore. I'm on the special 2-class Emirates flight where I'm sitting on the top floor, which is quite nice. And look at this, this is the best thing ever. Look at all that storage. I mean, look. Amazing. Right, so here we are in Dubai. That was the plane, quite okay. And let's see what we got. Right, so that was it for Dubai. I didn't get to see that much. Basically Terminal 3. So really had my little taste of Arabia, you might say. This is going to seriously screw my time zones because local time is 2:30 now. And I arrive in Singapore 2:30. And yeah, it's going to be horrible, but at least we get to deliver this GoPro Hero 5 to the carry-on travellers. Mission almost complete. Signing off.
We've now arrived at the hostel. Philip already ate something earlier. He had a curry, I believe, with chicken. And I'm on a mission now to find a vegetarian thing in the food court that's right next door to our hostel. So it turns out I managed to accidentally order 2 meals. I did actually end up ordering and paying for 2 vegetable sets. But to be honest, because I haven't had breakfast or lunch yet, I didn't really mind that much. This is a first for our travels. You have to put your own bed sheets on the bed. We've become too accustomed to having stuff done for us. We now have a new camera, the Hero 5. And here's my brother. Welcome to the vlog. It's time to switch camera. Roger. So we've now acquired these EasyLink cards, which will allow us to take the subway whenever we want. Jonathan is taking us on a guided tour of Singapore. We're starting with Sim Lim Square here. Sim Lim Square is pretty massive. It's very much just about 5 or 6 stories full of electronic stores. Mechanical keyboards. Laser data cable. Yeah. Much better than these puny cables. All the people standing in line down there are waiting to get in to do gambling. Now we're just heading down this street here, heading towards the temple apparently. Ooh. All these people here are just actually not even tourists, just, well, religious people praying here. We're now going to enter the National Library here in Singapore. Oh, aircon. Going up to the elevator to the 14th floor. Quite a good view from up here. You can actually see the Marina Bay Sands Hotel over here with the infinity pool right here on the top. And you have the Singapore flyover here, which is a blatant rip-off of the London Eye. That's the old church over here, which is just completely dwarfed by these skyscrapers. So apparently this is the Armenian church here, because Armenians apparently were very successful business people in the British Empire. So this church is actually the oldest church here in Singapore. This is Singapore's central fire station, which was built in the early 1900s, but it's still actually used 100 years later. That's the Supreme Court, which looks like a flying saucer. This is the party district of Singapore apparently, or one of them. And this is the old river. We have the Singapore Financial District here with all the big buildings. This performance is really good. It's not just 5-starred, it's like 15-starred. Parliament building here in Singapore, where all the big decisions are made. Ooh. Or maybe the big decisions are made over there in the financial district. These are the old shop fronts here, and this used to be the old harbour here in Singapore where all the boats would stay.
Obscure fishing village to a great seaport and modern metropolis.
So this is the old Parliament building, which is now a bar. Reuse of building space here in Singapore is nice. But this is the main part of the old Parliament, which isn't actually a bar yet. Apparently there's a music festival happening here tonight, because it happens each last Saturday of the month, and it's a Saturday here on New Year's Eve. And you can see the Marina Bay Sands right there in the background. You know, wouldn't you sometimes hope that you had this big balls? The Asian Civilizations Museum is free in December. That's a lot of hands. A lot of seating options here. This is a really cool concept. Here in the museum they allow you to write a postcard to your future self that they'll mail to you in a year. So all these are ceramic bowls recovered from a shipwreck. All of these different things in the containers were found on the ship. Time to be Indonesian for a day. Welcome to our humble abode. Yes, would you like to buy anything, sir?
I'd like a banana, please.
A banana, okay. That'll be 50 of whatever the local currency is.
Thank you.
You look very Indonesian. Do you feel like you're an Indonesian person now with your double straw hat? Yes. We've now left the ACM Museum and are now crossing this bridge to go towards the Marina Bay Sands area. There's like 5 CCTV cameras there on one stalk. But we're here in a nice little park here in Singapore. Nice and secluded. Oh wait, it's literally right in the middle of the financial district. Slightly interesting sign. This is a massive underpass, like 600 meters that way. And we've already walked like 600 meters that way. This underpass just keeps on going and going and going and going. We're going above ground. Now that we have emerged, it's the Marina Bay Sands Hotel up there. And we're here, we have the Marina Bay. We started in the tunnel complex over there and we've walked all the way to here. It's here that the New Year's countdown is going to be held in Singapore, so there's going to be fireworks all across this bay out here. This is pretty much just the iconic Singapore view right here. Really, really beautiful. We're now inside the shopping mall that is right next to the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. And apparently it has a river inside it, which we're searching for. And here is the river with a boat in it. There's a tea salon over there just above the river. So you can have your tea above the river. They're just using a scuba fin as their propulsion device. To top it all off, there's also a skating ring. We're going to be crossing the Helix Bridge here. It's called the Helix Bridge for obvious reasons. We're crossing the unofficial crossing, being very naughty. Very, very thin escalators. So smell. So smell. Cookies belong in a museum, apparently. We're in Singapore airline tickets to Denmark.
To Denmark.
Denmark. We found our restaurant, Element, or Element. Now going into the Element. Oh.
Hey, what's that?
Apparently it's famous people, maybe.
Whoa.
But yeah, there's a minister in here, apparently. Rubbing shoulders with the elite. Very, very fancy starter. We've even been told to eat from right to left. Now we have our starter salads here.
Yeah.
Very, very fancy. And now that we're done with the salad, we get our soup here, which is a mushroom truffle soup. Apple cider. Nice pizza. You don't have your main course yet. Jonathan ordered some sizzling rice and you can literally hear the sizzling. Very fancy dessert. Just got done eating at Element and it was really, really good food. We've just made it to Chinatown now and we're going to be walking down to see the fireworks show. Philip's getting into rather precarious positions to get his picture. That's the police station we went by earlier today. At night it lights up in multiple colors, very nice. We now made it to Esplanade and are trying to get to the waterfront before it's too crowded. So we made it to this viewpoint, which is, I mean, decent. There's quite a lot of people, but we can actually see because we're tall enough.
What is it, 5 minutes to midnight?
It's 5 minutes to midnight, yeah.
And we're waiting for the fireworks show at Marina Bay.
It should start very, very soon. Welcome to 2017! We just squeezed through a hole in the fence over here. After going through like 3 different layers of fences, we've now made it, it seems, out onto the unregulated roads. Made it back to our hostel now.